The Trapper is probably the worst killer in the game.
No matter how many months pass, the Trapper is still the worst killer in Dead by Daylight.
Trapper is, in my opinion, probably the worst killer in the game, so he's going into D tier.
What's up, everyone? After watching Dusteru's masterpiece of a rework video on Nightmare and the Shape, it inspired me to finish an old video I've been working on for months. I just had writer's block and haven't done it, about Trapper, killer that I main. I have almost 5,000 hours just on Trapper. I'm a P100 Trapper. He's my favorite killer, even though he's the worst killer and is not loved, despite being the poster boy of this game. But I digress with that. This is only going to be a one-time video because I'm not going to steal Duster's thunder. I have his blessing to do this because he said he doesn't have any ideas for it. So I'm going to use the ones I've came up with that I think balance him out from overall just his traps, from his traps to his map pressure to his overall kit, base kit, everything. This will hopefully bump him up a few tiers and make him somewhat able to compete while also being balanced. But first we're going to get into the base kit. Let's get into it. First base kit change is a no-brainer. Trapper now starts the trial with all 8 traps already equipped. No more wasting time going on a scavenger hunt to the far corners of the map to receive a trap that you're going to lose an extra gen to get. This way Trapper spawns and he's ready to go. But the takeaway from this is, to help out survivors to balance it out, when a survivor disarms a trap twice, one trap twice, that trap breaks and goes away. Trapper can retrieve a new trap to replace that one by retrieving one from a locker. Similar to Huntress and Trickster, now Trapper has it. Next base kit change says Trapper gets 10% haste whenever a survivor is stuck in a trap. This will allow Trapper to close in on his trap prey. Haste lingers for 4 seconds after a survivor escapes a trap by any means. This would work well with Honing Stone when survivors will intentionally not free themselves and wait for another survivor to free them to avoid going into the dying state. This would help Trapper's chase potential, and if someone steps on a trap on the other side of the map and you're in a chase, it'll allow you to close the distance faster on another chase. This gives them good map pressure, gen pressure overall. Another base kit change to Trapper. Survivors stuck in a trap are now inflicted with Oblivious until freed from the trap. The effect lingers for 10 seconds after getting out of the trap. This will allow Trapper to approach undetected on his injured prey. This gives more of a mysterious kind of creepy aspect to Trapper, because he's a killer. I just feel like his traps have no other power besides being trapped. Once you're in them, you can hear he's coming. You get time of panic dead hard. You get lucky with RNG. You get the trap open dead hard. This way, it's kind of like you don't know when he's coming. He just shows up and gets you. Another base kit change for Trapper. Whenever a survivor frees himself from a trap, they are inflicted with Deep Wound. This could be tweaked in a way to balance it and make it fair for both sides, where it only inflicts Deep Wound on an injured survivor that frees themselves. I don't know why this is an add-on. It shouldn't be. It's something that base kit, because if you're injured and you step on a trap, it literally does nothing if the killer's across the map in another chase. It literally doesn't. You're 3 seconds, you're out, and you get on a gen. This way, it's slow down. It helps the game overall. I still can't believe that they thought that this should be an add-on instead of base kit with Trapper. It adds more slowdown. It helps the killer out. It's a 1v4. Come on. On to the next one. Another base kit idea I have that could be tweaked. Whenever a survivor is freed from a trap by another survivor, they are instead inflicted with mangled/hemorrhage instead of the mending state. This way, you are constantly getting a reward when someone steps on your trap. Some form of slowdown you're getting, because to me, it's not rewarding when someone steps on a trap and immediately gets out and is healed. This way, there's some slowdown. You're getting a reward for proper trap placement, and the survivor's just making a lack of judgment, stepping on your trap. You're constantly getting value. Now we're getting into the rework to Trapper's add-ons. Starting off with Rusted Jaws is now Weighted Jaws. When stepping on a trap, you can free yourself on the first escape attempt at the cost of being hindered for 15 seconds. Whatever the hinder amount is, the devs or other people can make it up to balance it out. That's just a little idea I had. A rework now to the add-on Trapper's Bag. Since you spawn with 8 traps, this add-on is no longer needed, so it'll be changed to whenever a gen pops, all disarmed traps become armed. At in-game collapse, all traps will put any survivors that free themselves into the dying state. This is kind of a toss-up add-on, you know what I mean? It's strong, but not too strong. The new Serrated Jaws add-on. Whenever a survivor steps on a trap, all generators within a 40-meter radius of the trap survivor explode, instantly losing 3% progress. All affected generators will begin regressing at 200% the normal regression rate for 10 seconds, then return to normal. I believe this would help give his traps more of a supernatural power to them. Artist has her crows, Hag has her weird magic she uses to get to her traps. All other killers have some supernatural aspect to their power. besides Trapper. It's just a trap. Like, the entity doesn't help a brother out with his traps at all. Like, my rework would give it that, like, power where it's actually some supernatural power to his traps. A new add-on that I made up. This add-on will be called the Entity's Trap. If a survivor escapes from a trap or is freed by another survivor inside of your terror radius, all vault locations within 32 meters are blocked for 20 seconds. Or another idea is whenever someone steps on a trap, all vault locations within 20 meters of any trap on the map are blocked for 15 seconds. This would help if you're chasing someone and someone across the map steps on a trap. You get some value out of this add-on with your traps. That way you're just not, your traps are just sitting there the whole time waiting to be stepped on. They have some other power to help you out during the game. Another add-on that I've come up with. This add-on will be called Noisy Coil. When all 8 traps are placed on the map, this add-on activates. Arming any trap will cause all traps to project a fake 32-meter terror radius. All survivors within the traps are considered inside the terror radius. The terror radius lasts for 15 seconds. This you can combine with any sort of terror radius build, and it's actually kind of nasty with Trapper, just giving his traps more of that supernatural aspect like I was talking about before. Yeah. Here's my change to the add-on Oily Coil, which in its current state, it's useless in my opinion. It offers you no real benefit. If you arm a trap that a survivor disarmed, you see their aura for 5 seconds, which does nothing, especially if they're across the map. By the time you get there, they're already going to hide and be gone. My change kind of adds some things onto that to where you can make it more useful and get a little more value out of it. You can tweak it either way to make it balanced. But here it is. When resetting or placing a trap, reveal the aura of the most recent survivor that disarmed any trap for 5 seconds. Also shows the aura of the survivors who have escaped from a trap for 5 seconds. That way you're getting some utility out of it, multiple, in case, you know, they're too far, you at least get to see 2 auras, so you're getting value out of an add-on, which is not wasted, because I'm sorry, it's just, I don't see the purpose of the current add-on. Just seeing an aura that someone disarmed it doesn't really help you, especially if they're across the map, like I said before. That's just my take on it. Yeah. Another quick change to Tar Bottle, which just makes your traps darker. Now, I just find it's kind of like a useless add-on, especially with the graphical update. DVD's brighter now, so it's easy to spot a trap with no grass. My add-on would just add, whenever you place a trap, there's grass that spawns in with the trap. Like, when you go to place a trap and it looks like transparent orange color to let you know you can place it, with that little image, there should be grass that spawns with your trap once you place it. Like a little patch of grass that hides your trap. I think that would be an interesting little thing, especially on like maps like Meat Packing Plant where there's no grass and your traps just stick out. Add a little bit of grass. Yeah, that's pretty much it for my overall Trapper rework. This, in my opinion, would help him. It would knock him up a couple tiers. All the changes that I added, in my opinion, aren't too overpowered, and they could be tweaked to make them balanced better. You know, I'm not a dev, you know, but this is, in my opinion, would help him. Because in his current state, he's a product of the past. He's a dinosaur. He's kind of like in a similar boat to where Nurse is, where they didn't know what they wanted out of the game. He was just there. He fit the role, but as the game progressed, he's left in the dust. With the current meta with DBD, especially good survivors, you're losing 3 gens before you even get your trap set up. And especially if someone's following you, it's gonna be a rough match. You're just gonna be an M1 killer. This way, your trap is no longer just a trap. You're getting other uses out of your trap, whether it be aura reading, blocking vaults, or damaging gens. You're getting something out of it. I hope you enjoyed.
It sounds an awful lot like a
video.
Trapper, but I haven't seen any traps. Timing is everything, chat.
Yeah.
Yo! Oh my... I'm stupid. Oh, and he has Owning Stone?